Tesla boycott. Channel 5 with the Andrew Callahan, dude.
We're boycotting Tesla.
I sold my Tesla. I traded it in for a Subaru, actually.
Shut up, Elon!
I sold my Tesla. I traded it in for a Subaru, actually.
Shut up, Elon! Go home, Elon!
He's not even there! Tesla sucks. I mean, listen, if we completely ignore the fact where Elon Musk is right now as it is, a lot of people are, saying objectively that Tesla does indeed suck fucking dick as a vehicle, as a shitty quality product. So...
Billion, why do you...
Homie, look at the fucking logo. Upside down Tesla. KKK. That's good. That's really good.
need more? Wake up! Fight back!
I have friends who are undocumented.
As a queer person, I've been affected by this. Elon is the biggest clown there is, so I decided to dress up as a clown today.
Elon Musk gonna make Cuba...
That's not how it works. You end up being clown.
The 51st day.
Tech bro, you're gonna go.
The 51st day, man. He tweets 200 times a day. The man is on ketamine and he's not well.
These two people are in bed together. They're doing it.
That's a real photo. I saw a clip when they were on the beach. Not AI generated. A real picture.
To everybody, not just to each other. They're doing it to everybody. We're all part of this. It's horrible.
They're gonna kill us first, but you're next.
Fire Elon Musk and send him to Mars, where he belongs.
What's up, everybody? We're back with a new Channel 5 breaking news special. As many of you guys know, the Trump administration has kicked things off into high gear, issuing 73 executive orders in the first month of the new presidency.
Very important executive orders.
Some of the executive orders are not that controversial, like creating a task force to disrupt the synthetic opioid supply chain in China, a declassification of the FBI files on the assassinations of JFK and MLK, and limiting the federal government's ability to pressure social media companies into censoring their users.
It really is a slippery slope.
However, many of these executive orders are extremely polarizing and range from mass deportation orders to bans on paper straws to...
By the way, banning paper straws. I want somebody from the US to send me your paper straws. I do not know what kind of a paper is being used in US. Here in EU, paper straws last and they do not break. How many times I left like Pepsi or Coke? Next morning, paper straw is still like in its full form. What the fuck, dude? We have a paper layers. Why are they not doing that? Why full throttle plastic? I don't understand. They barely last until the end of the drink. Why are you not doing the tiny layer of plastic then? Why it always has to be like far, always in extreme, or paper or plastic? Can you find balance so it doesn't kill the animals and so it does not disintegrate in a fucking cup? Like why, like what the fuck?
Restoring the death penalty to preventing children from medically transitioning genders.
There are only two genders, male and female.
Trump has also established something called the Department of Government Efficiency, aka DOGE, which has the stated goal of auditing government agencies and cutting back on expenses.
The checks never bounce to the federal government.
Something that's resulted in the defunding of the Department of Education and the mass firings of federal employees like park rangers, baby formula testers, USAID workers, and other alleged bureaucrats in the DC swamp.
The 6,000 IRS staffers expected to be terminated by the end of the month.
Now, the chief executive of DOGE is tech mogul Elon Musk, which has sparked a number of anti-Elon Stop the Coup protests around the country.
We're tired and we're not gonna stand back. We are wide awake.
The guy's a criminal. He's unelected and he needs to go.
Nobody elected him. He's not qualified. He's a racist.
I mean, nobody elected him. Trump picked him, dude. Isn't that like fair? Mr. President like selects the people that wants around him, no? Nobody elected Musk. By the way, it is not like Musk came right after Trump was elected. Musk was around him for months. What the fuck are we talking? Like, This is so dumb that people are like, nobody elected Musk. Yes, you did.
Covered one last week in New York City, and by coup, they seem to be suggesting that by defunding federal agencies, shrinking the government, and appointing Trump loyalists to powerful positions, Trump and Elon are attempting to seize absolute power over the U.S. and create an autocracy.
Yeah, Musk was as active as Vince.
Bloodless coup, so nobody thinks there's a coup going on.
He wants to be a king. People don't get it.
Yeah.
He wants to be a king.
He's acting like a king or wannabe dictator. I think it's pathetic.
We have a government where powers are supposed to be separated between equal branches.
Our democracy is being eroded from the inside by people who were not elected to be there.
Because what they're trying to create is an autocracy.
It's important to note that the
what the fuck is autocracy?
unelected buzzword the protesters have attached to Elon is a shaky argument. Not only does the Constitution empower the president to appoint federal officials and cabinet members without a public vote, but Trump also campaigned with the explicit intention of appointing Elon to the head of DOGE.
Take over, Elon, just take over.
So those who voted for Trump, which is a majority of voters, also effectively voted for Elon. Anyways, while I was in New York City covering the Stop the Coup rally, there were similar protests breaking out on the West Coast. So I sent 2 correspondents into the field to check the temperature.
80-year-old women dressed as butterflies on traffic medians?
Yeah.
And these chants aren't good.
In the city of Glendale, which is near Los Angeles, we had our friend Matt in the field.
What's up? We're here in Glendale, the Americana.
And at the Tesla showroom in Palo Alto, California, which is regarded to be the center of the Silicon Valley ecosystem, we have my homie Albie from San Francisco at a physical boycott of the Tesla showroom.
What's up, guys? My name's Albie. I'm Andrew's homie from Frisco, but I'm here at the Tesla showroom in Palo Alto.
There's a protest going on, protesting Elon Musk, DOGE, Tesla.
Everybody's out here protesting Elon Musk, and yeah, so Channel 5 News.
Let's see what people think.
We are going to resist, and we're going to resist together, because nobody can tolerate this.
We will not tolerate a deporter-in-chief.
Enough was enough with the Sieg Heil, the heartfelt autistic salute. So 4 weeks ago, just me and a friend stood outside the Service Center in Burbank, and the next day there was 4 of us. Last week, we came here and there was 30, and then this week it's just exploding here and across the country. There was like almost 100 here today, and they're all everywhere.
Tesla burns to a crisp. That's the caption on this now viral video of a charred Model 3.
And it's just growing.
By the way, US is so extreme with politics. I don't think that one single presidency will exist without insane protests. No matter what side wins, the other side is gonna protest full 4 years and just going in a cycle. That's it. It's literally unavoidable. How about just splitting the country in 2 parts? Homie, the civilian war will just pop.
And Tesla stock is rapidly declining.
New numbers from Tesla
Fuck both sides be better. I agree, dude.
show its annual EV sales decline for the first time in more than a decade.
The stock is crashing at the moment. You're watching it live. On the month, you're down at what, 23%? On the day, I think it's 7 or 8% down. Oh, geez, now 8%, approaching 9% down.
The organizers of the Glendale Boycott rally say it's more than just about Elon's political affiliation, and that DOGE aside, he's genuinely mentally unfit to be running billion-dollar publicly traded companies.
Homie. First off, he knew who is giving the chainsaw and what will he do with it. Homie, this was such an easy bait, it's crazy.
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw!
That's what I thought! 1-to-1. This guy supposedly runs the Boring Company, Tesla, SpaceX, Starlink, and he's tweeting 200 times a day and never sleeping and taking ketamine. He's just been radicalized. His politics have clearly shifted, and we've seen it happen with all our friends and loved ones. They go down the dark side, they go on QAnon, down the internet rabbit hole, and something just happens to them, and it's usually white dudes. Thank you! It's usually some white dude who got picked on when he was a kid.
I was almost beaten to death, if you call that bullied. It was not a happy childhood.
Do you think the Democrats are doing enough?
Absolutely not. They went and stormed the...
Homie, what is that? What? Wait, so that's why he's doing what? What kind of a fucking... What is he mean by that? Usually, people that grow up in tough surroundings, they have a really good reality check. They have a really good awareness of reality. What the fuck do you mean, homie? Wouldn't it be worse if he grew up in a fucking, crystal bell, and he haven't seen what the real world is, completely out of fucking touch? What the fuck do you mean? He got beaten when he was a kid. What?
White dudes. Thank you. It's usually some white dude who got picked on when he was a kid.
I was almost beaten to death, if you call that bullied. It was not a happy childhood.
Do you think that Democrats are doing enough?
Absolutely not. They
the bro is talking so confidently, it's ridiculous.
Went and stormed the Department of Education building, and one little skinny dude was stopping a whole mob of angry Democrats.
Wait, he's trying to say that the guy's mentally ill because he got beaten when he was a kid. That's literally how out of touch person looks like and yaps like.
Do you think that Democrats...
That's how. Bro is out of touch with reality and the real world, completely.
Democrats are doing enough?
Absolutely not. They went and stormed the...
If you ever got beaten up, you know exactly how does the reality check look like, homie. What the fuck, dude?
Department of Education building, and one little skinny dude was stopping a whole mob of angry Democrats. It's pathetic.
The stunt comes as President Trump is considering abolishing the department.
Democrats do not know how to fight. That's literally my single mission. They know how to throw a punch, but when they take a punch back, they run away. And fighting is taking punches and getting bloody. It means our actual leaders need to get arrested, like John Lewis would have done.
But when you're taking punches, you're mentally ill, dude. Bro just contradicted himself, dude.
Congressman John Lewis and Charles Rangel were among those arrested during a march on the National Mall. The lawmakers were among the first arrested after refusing police orders to disperse.
We need new leaders. All of our leadership of the Democratic Party, they're using 20th century tactics and messaging to fight against a battle troll destroying our country because of social media.
All right, let's take a moment to talk about Elon Musk.
I can guarantee you that 99% of the things that he just said was literal copy pasta from internet, dude, that somebody else said. It's just stacking the word salad without saying absolutely anything, just like a fucking hive mind, you know? Just repeating like a parrot, dude. He doesn't even know what he said. If the reporter stopped him at any point of that yappage and asked him, what do you mean by that? He would not know what to mean about that. Because from whoever he heard that, did not explain it a little bit more in depth.
Musk's radicalization that's being referenced in that interview, because I too have caught wind of the 10-year-old 4chan memes being posted by Elon on X and thought to myself, how the heck did that happen? Back in the day during the Obama era, I can remember when Elon Musk was a full-blown save the earth liberal and frequently secured massive government contracts from the Democrats, which he used to build eco-friendly cars and rockets.
I have a Tesla. Yeah. Okay, and I love it. I love it.
He was even tweeting in support of trans rights just a few years ago.
June 26, 2018. Do not buy our car if that's the problem. People should be free. Live their lives where their heart takes them. I absolutely support trans, but all these pronouns are an aesthetic nightmare. One of his kids is transgender, so I'm assuming that he was a supportive father back then, and then he became anti-woke at some point. I'm missing the timeline, but that's how it looks to me, dude. He was responding on, then you will really hate that Tesla scored 100 out of 100 4 years in a row on LGBTQ equality. He wanted to be a supportive father, but his kid turned on him and did not want to know him. Was brainwashed by media, etc., and now he takes his revenge. Yeah, that's how it seems like to me, yeah.
It's just a few years ago, and vocally criticizing.
I mean, listen, you cannot point finger on somebody what he said or meant like fucking few years ago. Like, we are evolving as a community so quick. It is okay to change the opinion and takes on someone in something, no? Like, I'm gonna have one opinion on something. It is okay if you change my mind. It is okay if you like show me the another perspective and I come to the realization and conclusion to change my opinion. Like, why? And then like you cannot like point finger and, oh, but he said that. Yes, but I changed my opinion. I changed my stance. Oh, I do not know why is it like people are taking this as a hypocrite, as a no.
Trump.
He's not the right guy. He doesn't seem to have the sort of character that reflects well in the United States.
But like so many Americans, both left and right, 2020 broke him. Within 5 years of voting for Brandon, Elon would be tweeting things like, pronouns suck, and I love Donald Trump as much as a straight man can love another man.
Homie, I can guarantee you, Elon Musk is the most hilarious person in his mind. I can guarantee you that every single shit post that he does in his head sounds 10 times funnier than it actually is. His day is filled with happiness and joy. Every single time when he tweets something like that. Like, homie, like, if you understand how his brain works, this is not that bad. Like, come on, it's funny. It's not as funny as it is to him, but it's funny. Come on. He shit poster, dude.
So how did that happen? The way I see it, it all goes back to the first stage of the COVID pandemic, which gave birth to the anti-lockdown Freedom March movement, which Elon was quite fond of.
Freedom! 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 Freedom!
Elon's first personal
FYI tip, you should cross that, you dumb bitch. You do not put the swastika and not cross it, you fucking absolute 20 IQ bitch.
Elon's first personal freedom outburst came on April 28, 2020, shortly after the Trump administration and Democratic government officials in California ordered the shutdown of American Tesla factories to stop the spread of COVID-19.
Tesla, which employs roughly 10,000 people at its Fremont plant, was initially forced to shut down.
Immediately, Elon tweeted in all caps, "Free America," became critical of lockdowns and began calling the government actions of Trump and Newsom fascist.
Musk telling investors the orders hinder people's freedom.
This is fascist. Give people back their goddamn freedom.
Though initially pro-lockdown,
we've made the decision to further toughen the guidelines and blunt the infection now.
Trump quickly capitalized on the growing unrest amongst freedom-hungry conservatives and staunchly positioned himself against the CDC and blue state governors in an obvious effort to court more votes for the upcoming election.
The Chinese virus.
Did you know there won't be any more COVID on November 4th? It'll be gone.
Still, throughout that election cycle, Elon stayed loyal to the Democrats and voted for Biden in 2020.
Biden won. Yes, I believe he won.
And you voted for him.
I did.
But things really heated up between Biden and Elon in 2021 after Biden held an electric vehicle summit and took the stage with the CEOs of both Ford and General Motors.
Didn't invite Tesla.
Praising them as the leaders of electric vehicles, despite the fact that at that point, Tesla had made 115,000 EVs in America.
And there's the thing, if you just follow the money, I'm getting more benefits from this guy, I'm gonna support him. That's pretty much it. This is not just Elon problem. There is 99.9% of people that think like that will base their opinion based on the amount of the profit that they're gonna get. Any kind of benefits. Clout, fame, fucking respect. And can you blame him? Most of the people are like that, dude.
And General Motors had only made 26.
He never mentions Tesla, and that's got to be getting under Elon's skin.
You know, like Biden.
And of course, like homie, if he's homies with the Trump, of course he's gonna get some benefits on paper, publicly, or under the table. Of course he's gonna get benefits. Do we even have to discuss about that? That's how relations work, no?
This EV summit didn't mention Tesla once and praised GM and Ford for leading the EV revolution.
Biden never explicitly...
But the thing is, sorry for stopping all the time. Musk was on Joe Rogan and he was mentioning that, and he even mentioned that before for some other scenarios. But when there was a Biden administration, the government always forced him to, okay, you need to do these papers. But if you do this, you cannot do this. They were pretty much cornering him, so no matter what he picks, government can sue him. You know what I mean? In Joe Rogan, he said that he got sued because he did not have people from different nationalities working in the SpaceX, something like that. Like he did not have like foreigners working in the SpaceX. But then there is also like a rule that if you are not American citizen for I do not know how many years, that you are not allowed to work in any kind of a industry with the rockets, because you can sell that secret to the other country if you decide to leave. US, right? That was one of the examples, right? So now when he is like buddy with the Trump, I'm assuming that he won't have those types of the problems anymore. Can you blame him? You can't.
Stated why Elon and Tesla were left out of the summit, but it likely wasn't about the mean tweets from the year before. Also invited to the summit and on stage was the UAW, or the United Auto Workers Union, the largest car manufacturer union in America, who work every single day to make sure that auto workers get fair pensions and wages.
They often did this through extreme hardship and sacrifice, sometimes at the expense of spilled blood.
Joe Biden is notably pro-union.
I'm proud to be the first president to walk a picket line.
And received large campaign donations from the Auto Workers Union, who'd recently tried and failed to unionize Tesla workers.
The United Auto Workers Union, or UAW, alleged that Tesla fired a worker for attempting to form a union.
Because of the company's immediate termination policy, Tesla is the only major auto manufacturer in the US not represented by a single union, and their workers are paid significantly less than other rival car manufacturers, despite having reported unsafe workplace conditions on a consistent basis for the past 4 years.
Tesla factory workers in California are working so hard they're passing out on the production line.
Tesla employees say they were worked to exhaustion.
Former Tesla workers sue the company.
Approximately 50 workers were not adequately protected from excessive heat.
Inspectors found workers were exposed to hexavalent chromium.
He's always had a record of abusing workers. There are labor...
Nobody's forcing them to stay in that job field. I agree, dude. I was also working as a chef, homie, 24-hour shifts. Could I quit? Yeah. Did I quit? No. True. Nobody's forcing them.
Excessive heat and putting workers into dangerous conditions.
Yet without the ability to unionize...
I mean, homie, every single private company is doing that. Every single private company, come on. Have you ever worked for private house, dude? All of them are like that. They're gonna treat you as a slave, and they're gonna milk every single last bit of the energy that you have to offer until you quit.
As in demand fair wages and conditions, these complaints have mostly died in the courts or fallen on deaf ears at Tesla corporate. Elon has said that his anti-union stance isn't about making more money for himself, but actually because unions kind of kill the vibe.
And I think the unions naturally try to create negativity in a company and create a kind of sort of lords and peasants situation.
Anyways, after being snubbed at the summit, Elon was pissed.
So you were pissed.
And around this exact time, 2 more things happened in Elon's personal life that made things even worse. First, he separated with his then partner, Grimes, a visually liberal lady with whom...
Pronouns suck. I love you, but please turn off your phone or give me a doll. I cannot support hate. Please stop this. I know this is not your heart.
He has multiple children.
Elon Musk and Grimes have publicly announced their separation.
And simultaneously, one of his kids came out as transgender, changed their name, and denounced their dad.
Vivian cut ties with Elon in 2022 after filing a petition to change her name due to her gender identity and her...
Why does she look like she or he, whoever the fuck that is? It looks like a child of Brock Lesnar, dude.
And her severed relationship with her father.
So my son Xavier is dead. Killed by the woke mind virus.
I no longer live with or wish to be related to my biological father in any way, shape, or form due to her gender identity and her severed relationship with her father.
So my son Xavier is dead. Killed by the woke mind virus.
I no longer live with or wish to be related to my biological father in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
If we were to look at Elon's conservative radicalization through the unmet core needs theory that I laid out in our recently premiered documentary, Dear Kelly, it's safe to say that through the collapse of his family and government backing, he lost his security. Through the loss of his status as the Democrat-backed tech darling, his significance. And through the estrangement of his then-girlfriend and child, connection. It was after this that Elon entered a traumatic fight-or-flight state in 2021. And he chose to fight, which allowed conservatives and conservative media channels to gradually groom him over the course of 4 years into what he is today, which is a prideful person with a chip on his shoulder, hopelessly stuck in the 3rd stage of the grief process, angry and hell-bent on revenge.
By the way, the reason why he is shitposting is because he knows that haters are gonna hate him even more. The reason why he dresses up like this is because he knows that people that hate him are gonna hate him even more. He's just adding fuel to the fire, and he's loving it.
Which is a prideful person.
Do you know how I know? Because I do the same. I'm the most ambitious person ever when there are haters around me, dude. I work 10 times harder, dude.
Person with a
Out of spite. Takes one to know one. Hey, yebiga.
Chip on his shoulder, hopelessly stuck in the third stage of the grief process, angry and hell-bent on revenge. Elon's most significant revenge acquisition was his purchase of Twitter in 2022.
The world's richest guy is set to buy one of the world's most influential social media companies.
Elon Musk carried a kitchen sink into Twitter HQ this week, tweeting, let
that sink in.
That sink.
That was so good, man. It was so good. Oh my God.
Again.
Quickly after buying Twitter and renaming it X, he used his own account to elevate the narratives of conservative reactionaries who were delighted to have the richest man in the world not only buying but spreading the same bullshit they've been pushing for 4 years. Still, for all of 2023 and most of 2024, Elon was red-pilled but not fully a Trump guy. He actually backed Florida Governor Ron DeSantis for president.
Elon Musk tipping his hat toward Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to be the next president of the United States.
But when it turned out that DeSantis...
What, homie, where do I put camera? Here.
Governor Ron DeSantis to be the...
Is he like responding to his own tweets?
The next president of the United States.
But when it turned out that DeSantis wouldn't really be the right guy, he was all Trump. Kind of. It wasn't until the Butler, Pennsylvania incident when someone tried to kill Donald Trump that Elon said, I want to fight beside him too. And he kicked off his endorsement with a $120 million donation to the Trump campaign.
Elon Musk is now Trump's second biggest financial backer.
To be fair, the investment was two-sided. After Election Day, Tesla's stock shot up over 80%, though after missing European sales targets and the growth of nationwide boycotts in the US, it started to crash back down to earth, which brings us to the boycott being covered today in this video. Apparently, Elon haters in Palo Alto and also in Glendale believe they can reverse Tesla's stock growth by staging physical boycotts of IRL Tesla showrooms, which they hope will create enough of a media spectacle to at least cause potential buyers to think twice before getting a Tesla.
We're just, making this point in front of a Tesla dealership and calling on the American people to stop buying Tesla. Let's boycott Tesla until we fix this problem.
I'm only focused.
How is Tesla the issue of USA? It's like I don't understand. Is Tesla really your number one problem, dude? Really? Tesla? You wake up in the morning, you open the list of all of the problems in your country, and you're like, Tesla. Yeah, that's my number one problem today. Let me spend a whole day to dedicate towards the hatred in Tesla. What the fuck?
Because I feel like marching outside the White House or Trump is not, he's Teflon Don. So we're going after Musk because it's a soft target, because he's sensitive and susceptible and he lashes out. And if we can decline his stock price, he has no wealth and then he loses his power.
Anybody who has a Tesla, sell it. Sell it immediately and sell it for the lowest dollar that you can. And if it's a relatively new car, that'll prevent another one from being made.
Don't buy Teslas.
By the way, she does not own Tesla. She never did. She did not sold her Tesla for $1. She is just giving you her free advice that she would definitely not follow.
And if you have a Tesla, sell your Tesla. And if you have neighbors who have Teslas, tell them to sell their Teslas.
Because Tesla's the public face of Elon Musk, who is the public face of fascism.
If I had one, I'd sell it. I wouldn't be too embarrassed to drive it.
If Elon didn't own Tesla, would you like the cars itself?
I don't care.
Are you kidding? That, whatever it is, it's bizarre.
I don't think they're the best EVs on the market. I don't think anyone thinks that. Whether or not it's driver error, they're the most dangerous cars on the road, so take what you will from that.
New video of a dramatic crash on the Bay Bridge.
Safety concerns.
By the way, I've seen TikTok.
Here's a conspiracy theory I think might be true. Last week, a Tesla crashed through a wall of my house. I was home when it happened. The first thing I did was check to make sure my roommate was okay. Then I called 911. Then I went outside and started taking pictures of the crash. My first picture was at 5:07 p.m. My first picture of the tow truck drivers trying to take the Tesla out of here was at 5:10 p.m. It had literally just happened minutes earlier.
3 minutes after.
And so I was like, hey, can we pause for a second? Like, the cops are on their way right now. And the tow truck driver actually said to me, fuck you. And I was like, what? Are you kidding me, dude? Like, my house just got ran into. Have some empathy. And no joke, he goes, here's your empathy. And I was like, oh my God, you're being that much of a dick right now? And he goes, get the fuck out of my way. And then he shoved me and he threatened to beat me up and kill me if I didn't let him get the car out of there. So my question is Tesla's automatic crash system alerting tow truck drivers? And are they offering them a bunch of money to get the car out of a situation before news cameras show up? They don't want any more negative press because those tow truck drivers were here so fast and they were so aggressive, there had to be a bunch of money on the line.
And now, in the comments, my uncle is a tow truck driver and his dispatch always rushes him if the Tesla crash. They pay 5 to 10 times more compared to any other vehicle. Tesla is definitely trying to hide all crashes. In 3 minutes, tow truck came and picked up Tesla.
Aside, the protesters believe the boycott will be successful, so long as they can create a direct correlation between owning and driving a Tesla and supporting the new Trump regime.
The fact is that none of the Tesla dealerships are locally owned. All of them are corporate owned. So the money that you spend at this dealership in Palo Alto goes to Musk.
Quit funding Republican corporations.
Homie, is he, she eat egg? Homie, what the fuck is that? Homie has deeper voice than pirate software. Homie, what the fuck, dude?
Cheese. Quit shopping at Target. Those are all things we can do. Quit doing Amazon.
You cross the swastika, you dumb fuck. You cross it, idiot. You fucking idiot. Do you understand how flags are working?
Amazon. You know, if we don't give them the money, the one you feed is the grandfather's wisdom. So don't feed the ugly corporations and the haters.
People matter.
Everyone is human, everyone is legal, no one is a parasite.
Yo, what's happening, people? That Tesla boycott looked crazy. But you know what's also crazy? The fact that most of us are stuck inside algorithmic echo chambers, being manipulated by both sides of the evil mainstream media. But there's a dope-ass news aggregate that makes it all make sense. And that service is called Ground News. Every single day, Ground News compiles thousands of articles from across the political spectrum and ranks them in terms of left to right and center. So you can consume as many angles as possible and make an informed decision about how you feel about what the heck's going on.
Ground News shows us that the Tesla boycotts are predominantly being covered by the left. You can see here that only 15% of the coverage on this topic is from right-wing publications, which leads us to another reason Ground News is key.
They also have a dope-ass tool called Blind Spot that allows you to see stories not being covered by the left or the right. But my absolute favorite Ground News feature is called the ownership feature, which allows you to track the ownership associated with different publications, so you can figure out who's pulling the strings behind the scenes to push an agenda and make you feel a certain way. Because trying to understand a world full of unverified information and dueling narratives can become very confusing.
And by the way, speaking about that, Musk literally bought Twitter and then he said, it's to protect the freedom of speech. Psych! Let me shadow ban this guy, let me shadow ban this. He became the thing that he was fighting.
That's why here at Channel 5, we use Ground News almost every single day before we go into the field to figure out how things are unfolding. Now, I gotta tell you guys, Ground News does cost money. As it should. It's the best in the business. But what if I told you that right now, with my link or this QR code, you can get a whopping 40% off their annual Vantage subscription, bringing the cost down to below $5 per month. So if you want to check it out, go to www.ground.news/channel5. I believe in what they're doing, and you should too. All right, guys, back to the streets of Palo Alto. I noticed from the California interview footage that the topic of illegal immigration and mass deportation was much more of a talking point than it was in New York. After all, 1 in 10 workers in California are currently undocumented. And in the manufacturing and agricultural sector, that number is probably much higher.
I'm just worried about the future, you know. I have friends who work in various businesses, are really good people who might not have a legal status in this country. And
Swastikas. Okay, dude.
You know, what's going to happen to them?
I have friends who are undocumented.
Yeah.
You know, I used to own a construction company.
What do you guys use for independent news? Alex Jones, homie. Only Alex Jones. I'm only reading about World War III and nukes for the past 3 years. Nothing else matters.
Well, you know, half of the construction workers in this area are immigrants. And about half
Hassan Abi, homie. Hassan Abi is my news source.
them are undocumented.
Battle State Launcher.
We could not have built the buildings we built, like the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Facebook could not have happened if we didn't have those immigrant workers.
I have family members who are from Mexico who have been affected by the immigration policies.
Some of my coworkers are undocumented. My son is going to be attending college next year, and he has a disability, so we're applying for financial aid right now that I feel like might not be there when the time comes.
At stake are resources and support for more than 7 million students with disabilities who depend on the agency to ensure access to a free public education.
I also have a son who has autism, and I think that a reworking of everything to stop on federal funding is just crazy. It just doesn't make any sense, and it's hurting the country.
The strength of a country is shown by how much they protect the rights and the freedoms and the needs of the most vulnerable. And Musk and Trump are dismantling all of that. We are also a queer family, and I worry about my children's safety and future and rights. That their rights will slowly but surely be stripped away. I think they will not stop with the immigrants. They will keep going towards the most vulnerable who don't fit the mold.
Wake up. It's happening way too fast. And if you don't stand up and protect the other groups, you're going to be next. It took Hitler a year from...
Like, homie, guy wakes up in the morning. We already went through the story of how to pick the thing that he wants to dedicate the day for, right? And then he's like, with what can I combine Tesla protest? Wait. Butterfly costume, Tesla protest. I think that would be a perfect fit. Let's go. Boom. Like, I don't understand. Oh, you think he's mocking the people?
When that pink thing comes up to screen, please press L on your keyboard or build a wall. Then China.
You're going to be next. It took Hitler a year from January 34, 35, 36.
I pressed L, President Trump. I literally pressed L. I do not even know what does the L do, but it went back to whatever the fuck that is. What L does?
So that's, but
for our rights.
It skips a little bit further.
Saving democracy is destroying it.
Many of the protesters also believe that the mainstream
Is that the same person? I don't even know. Same shit to me, dude.
Conservative media machine is complicit in this coup as well, in the way that it's hypnotized the masses away from progressive politics, gradually grooming them into worshiping billionaires and falling for overblown culture war distractions.
What do you make on the attack on DEI?
I mean, I think it's a really easy way for basically a larger ownership, class to say, hey, don't pay attention to the fact that your groceries are doubling in price every year. Don't pay attention to the fact that nobody can buy a house. Just pay attention to the fact that trans people are scary to you. And DEI is a fun buzzword. The Republican and right-wing propaganda machine is incredibly strong, and people who otherwise they're just not engaged, and people, they've got multiple jobs, they're just too bogged down to pay attention to things, to learn about things, and systems keep them uneducated, just oppressed in various ways, that when you come home from like a triple shift, what are you going to do? Like go online and read about stuff?
True.
No, you've got so much more stuff to take care of. So I don't blame anybody for, getting into like the right-wing hole, but it's like, we'll see how good the propaganda machine.
I mean, side doesn't matter. Both sides are doing that. That's the thing. It doesn't matter whose side, like who is on top. All of them are doing that. But the thing that is said is that people that are voting for those sides do not realize that it's the same shit.
Is for the next few years.
So you support Elon Musk?
Yes.
Okay, what?
So even if you have a little bit of energy left after 3 jobs that you did, you're gonna go fight people that are pretty much the same like you did.
What do you like about Elon Musk?
Everything. Is a smart guy. He's helping us to figure out what's going on in the government.
Do you believe he's making the government more efficient?
I hope he does. I mean, we'll find out sooner or later.
They probably genuinely are finding some inefficiencies and some corruptions that everybody could agree on. And I think they're also saying things are fraud that are just valuable services being rebranded as waste.
I understand all that stuff, but the truth takes time for it to come out. We hear all these negative like stories, oh, they're cutting this, laying off people, this, that, but eventually the truth will come out.
Do you think Donald Trump has our best interest in mind?
I hope so.
I don't think so.
I hope so.
Me too.
I think he's the same like everyone else. I doubt it.
Yeah. I mean, look.
Although, I do kind of like Musk more than every other politician. You know what I mean? I pretty much hate them all. All of them. Fuck all of them, dude. You know what I mean? But, you know, Musk kind of already did a lot for the, you know, humanity. So it's like picking in between two evils.
He's been in the office for 1 month, and he's being bombarded with all this negative media.
They are stepping on a lot of people's toes, and a lot of people are pissed. So, hey.
People have to give him some time, chance. I mean, America spoke, right? He won all the swing states.
I don't think that he needs time. Who wants to hate red, they will hate red. No matter how much good the red side does. It doesn't matter.
He won the popular vote. I mean, I have to give him a benefit of the doubt. And only time will tell.
True.
If he's good for this country or he's bad for this country.
President Trump says some of the money apparently saved by the Department of Government Efficiency's cost-cutting efforts could be given back to Americans as stimulus checks. Last week, Trump said the administration is considering giving 20% of DOGE savings to citizens.
If he were to give each member of the American public $5,000, would you take that?
Of course. Hey, we're giving Ukraine $200 billion. Why not? You wouldn't take it?
If they send it to me, I have no choice but to take it.
Wait. Wasn't he talking shit a little bit earlier? He was. Wait. I think that he got convinced that he is actually a fan of Trump as we speak. You're watching the transformation in real time.
Take it, but it's going to dramatically increase inflation, and all they talk about is saving money. Why wouldn't they use that money to go pay off the debt they seem to care so much about? It's graft. It's trying to bribe people with money while they pick your pocket in the front and they take all your money.
All right, guys, this is Albie. We just finished checking out the Elon Musk protest. Let us know what you guys think in the comment section. Channel 5 News, we out, baby.
Channel 5 live worldwide, Hollywood and Vine.
Fuck the authority. As a European, I have to say this season of the America is wild. Yeah. Yes.